morning I had the pleasure of being with one of my students. So this one goes out to you, Jim. We were working on the chords to the song Wagon Wheel, and we're playing them. He said, how do you fancy this up? How do you fancy up like strumming? Because by the time I get to the end of the song and I'm singing and I'm strumming it, and it's boring because I'm doing the same exact thing, everything, kind of like chopping wood, playing all the strings. Said, what are some ideas to make it more interesting to me and to whoever might be listening to me, if anybody ever is? I said, okay, so let's go through a couple steps. Step number one, instead of strumming the entire chord, all the strings are allowed, only strum some of them. So the beat to the song was this: 1, 2, and miss, up, 4, and down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. We're doing it with a pick, but since I'm trying to show this to beginners, a lot of beginners don't play with a pick, so I'm just going to do it with my fingers and my thumb. Okay, so that's the strum. It's a little bit complicated. You could use a simpler strum. If you can't do that strum, the easiest strum is just 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a great place to start. Go through the progression, get used to it, keep time, and then try to do some of these tricks. Not tricks, just ideas. Step number one, break up the strings that you're strumming. So instead of going like, you could do something like this. You could go the low strings, high strings, or the high strings, low strings, or like, low, all of them, high, all of them, high, low, 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 and mix it all up like that. Break up the strings that you're strumming. You don't have to strum all of them just because you can all the time. The second thing I think that is really important that everybody learns how to do is find the root to the chord. So for G, you need to know where that low G is. And for D, you need to know string 4 is my lowest D note I can play. And for E minor, you need to know that E is the lowest E note you can play. And for C, you need to know that C is the lowest note that you can play. So what you do now is instead of going 1, 2, and 3, etc., on beat 1 you play the root note. So you go like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 1, and 4, and. That sounds great. Now if you combine that with number 1, and of course accents is not even a step, but that makes it way more fun what you're doing too. Okay, the next idea was in the chord you're holding, just try taking off any finger somewhere in that rhythm. So I'll give you an example. On each chord, I'm going to take off the lowest string, the one up towards the ceiling, at some point in the strum. So here we go. Let's see. I won't do it on the first G, but... Now take off a different finger. Combine all three. Sorry. And the last thing you're going to try to do is actually put some single note fills in there. I've done a bunch of stuff on walk downs, which is good. But that's not what I mean by single note fills. Really, a fill would be more like... something like that. But to learn how to do that's pretty hard. You got to be able to keep the beat, fit all that stuff in that one little space of a measure. So a way I like to teach people how to start working in single note fills is to do the fill every other measure. So you keep your beat like you would do boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And you do, when you're learning it, you do the same fill every time to keep that space consistent because you're not strumming anymore. So you got to have some way to keep that space. So the two scales that I teach people for these chords in the beginning are the G major pentatonic scale. It goes G, A, B, D, E, G. Just one octave. So we could literally take the scale and go and just give that much. The second scale is the G major scale, but you have to learn it open. So you have to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. It's a little harder to fit in because 8 notes long. So you're literally doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Before I finish this off here, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for your supports. Thank you for your comments, your tips, your super thanks. Thanks for watching. If you like this lesson, please like it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. or if there's anything that maybe I could help you with as you progress on your guitar journey. And as always, I hope you get to play a lot of guitar. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Play a lot of guitar.